Nixie of the Mill Pond. A miller, poor and so forlorn, walked by his pond one early morn. He wondered how he might gain wealth, win back his fortune and his health, when of a sudden, to his great surprise, a Nixie from his pond did rise. Ah, miller, dear, once rich, now poor, do not despair, but rest secure. I'll give you all the gold you crave, the shining silver you would save. All that I want from you this morn is that thing that's newly born. Some would say, beware the tricky ways of the crafty water Nixie. But all she wants in return for gold is some kitten or puppy but 1 hour old. I'll take your gift, and you are free to have the newborn, whatever it may be. Ho, 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 he, he. The miller now rushed home with joy. My husband, look, our newborn boy. Alas, that I ever saw this day. To the Nixie I've given our son away. We will have silver and jewels and gold, but our child more precious she will hold. Over many nights did the cold moon wax and wane. Summers passed, autumns died, winters slowly came. The miller's gold grew greater, and his son became a man. A bold and fearless hunter, known to all across the land. His father often warned him. Stay away from the mill pond's banks, or down you will be drawn to the depths so dark and dank. The hunter found himself a bride. In a forest hut the two did bide. She so fair, and he so fond. They stayed far away from the cold mill pond. One day he told his wife, I fear I must leave today to hunt a deer. All day for you I'll be a yearning, but tonight I'll gladly be returning. Far into the forest drear the hunter chased a graceful deer. At last his arrow found its mark, and by a pond so deep and dark the deer fell without a sound. The hunter knelt next to the pond to wash away the dead deer's blood. When the pond arose in a mighty flood, Hunter, oh hunter, you'll rue this dark day, for the Nixie has risen to draw you away. Now he comes nigh, I'll claim what is mine. Sweep swiftly, sweet waters, will sink in the slime. That night, the hunter not returning, his bride felt a foreboding yearning. She feared he might have suffered harm, and so set off, filled with alarm. Into the woods, and she had to shiver, when by the pond she saw his quiver. For well she knew the pond had covered with its water cold her own beloved. In sadness and sorrow she did nothing but weep, and sighing sobbed herself to sleep. But as she slept, fairies round her streamed, and helpfully wove for her a strange dream. Ah, through the long night I've been dreaming, as though good health was towards me streaming. I'll follow the dream's wise advice, even if it takes me through fire and ice. As the dream had well forewarned, she climbed over brambles and briars and thorns. The cold rain beat against her face as she tried to climb the rocky waste. But there stood a cottage, and within an old dame who beckoned to her and called her by name. The girl told her tale, and the old woman smiled. I can help you, my dearest child. Returned to the pond by the full moon's light, and comb your hair with this comb so bright. When you are done, leave the comb on the shore. Watch what will happen. I must say no more. The young bride did as she was told, combed her dark tresses with the comb of gold. By the water's edge she let it stand, until a wave reached out like a watery hand and drew the comb to itself. Suddenly the waters parted, and with a cry the young bride started. As the hunter's head rose in the waves, he looked at her with a face so grave, and then again slowly went under. Full of doubt and full of wonder, she returned to the old woman's house. On this golden flute you must play a tune near the pond at the next full moon. She lay the flute upon the sand. And now there arose nearly half a man. Who then again sank below the waters. The old woman now gave her a spinning wheel to bring to the mill pond's shore. She made it roll and she made it reel. Until the golden spinning wheel was grasped by the waves once more. Just then a whirling water spout arose and cast the hunter out. Fully formed, he stood upon dry land. He grasped his dear wife by the hand, and together towards their hut they ran. But with a raging, rolling roar, a wild wave crashed upon the shore, and it seemed they both must drown. Over all it ran like a watery steed. Old woman, help us in our need. In a moment, the hunter turned into a frog, who safely swam about the bog, while his bride became a tiny toad, who upon the waves now rapidly rode. But the waters rose and raged so long that when both returned to their human form, neither one knew where the other had gone. He became a lonely shepherd while on a distant mountainside. His young wife was a shepherdess who wandered far and wide, searching for her husband dear as he sought for his bride. One day they both came with their flocks' bells a-ringing to the same green meadow in the valley newly springing. So changed had they grown as to not know each other. Yet they both felt akin, like a sister and brother. Every evening they would meet and quietly commune with the stream, with their sheep, with the meadow and the moon. Ah, once in the light of the full round moon, my dear bride played such a gentle tune, hoping through her sweet harmony to please the pale and cold Nixie. Ah, once I played on a flute of gold by the mill pond's banks, so dark and cold, for I hoped my mournful melody would conquer the curse of the cruel Nixie. Then you are the bride who saved my life, and you are the husband who suffered such strife. All lonely longing now will end. What I sought at last I find, my life's companion, dearest friend, two souls as one entwined. The shepherd and the shepherdess with joy went on their way, and if they have not died yet, they are living still today.